learned nothing from walking miles in shoes I didn't pay for. Some may say since they're stolen I'd better run for them. Abreast of the idea of total and utter impersonation, it's me but not them. More the boat with a life vest to the souls that I prayed for. A river rife with sticks and unhappy men now seems less and less like metaphor. Whatever happened there, the record cuts out before the closing of the front door. 24 and there's so much more, yet that's where the music ends. Our beautiful innocent story through which a little nosing reveals an empty pour made of a will that bends. Ebbing and flowing, waking up older and older with no concept of where I've been, no sense of respite for those living or dead. A business of assumption I told her is lost in the night sky. Even though he'd hoped you wouldn't, you keep asking why. Regardless, chastising a person for loving won't make them stop wanting. That's the whole thing, really. For himself, he can no longer speak. By and by a fool, presently at peace. Free will as an impulse doesn't come to everyone. What of the lowly one whose head he holds low even in the presence of the glowing sun? What of the painter whose lifetime is building to a moment that will never come? As a case to make, he never found the smoking gun. With that, his only option seemed to be run, and run. But you can be sure that those shoes he paid for, tumultuously but not explosively blinded by affectionate flights. Fancy a glass, but just that would take all his might. Could you tell right from right? Look at the treading of his shoes and try to tell me he can run on ice. You could call him a glass cannon because he could never tell a story that landed dead center. Religiosity toward a man would be sin apparent in the eyes of the translucent one. Yet on the shore of the river, the man is not a man but an utter mentor, posturing effortlessly to whatever view he ought to believe, thoughts of which your mind grows at ease. A garden of peas built on a fence screening with no found foundation. What a strange source of inspiration. In tragedy it seems your solace is found. Take a look around. When one comes up, another comes down. Mise-en-scène holds an imbalanced importance on the stage of our lives. Downstage you'll find the mist flowers meant for those who smiled with him. A light in the dark, the contents of the ark, floating forever in a sea whose stark waves drive minute changes on the sands of the shore, pouring down as rain which is loudly on the roofs in town and around it, nearly hitting the flowers dismissed which grow rowdy in the thought of living a life of bore, loathing a chance to dip beneath the waves, shoring up that elevated floor. Curtains flitter all applause for Mr. No-Hitter. He can no longer return the dust-covered shoes with which they bore witness. To take up such a man a laissez-faire is to make the most of a cat with no litter. What could be with her? Could the recollection of a smiling man really make her listless? The course of action is now clear. For those still living, make all necessary redactions and overdue actions in spite of any internal jeer. For those still floating, make ripples on the shore lest the flowers lay dry, and look down at your shoes, the belongings of the catcher in someone's rye.